welcome you to the Pacific Northwest One Spokane Stadium in Spokane, Washington. Tonight, Spokane Zephyr welcomes in Fort Lauderdale United, trying to keep their momentum going after a huge win last weekend in this very stadium. Josh Appel, Christine Huber with you. And Christine, as we take a look at the up-to-the-minute Gainbridge Super League standings, that race for the Shield is heating up. 3 teams separated by just 2 points. Spokane Zephyr 4 points back of Dallas Trinity for that final playoff spot. And Fort Lauderdale down there at 8th. They need a draw or a win today to stay alive for one more week. A loss eliminates them. Tampa Bay Sun, the defending champs, eliminated from postseason contention last night. Well, we mentioned last week's monumental win for Spokane over Sporting Jacks, the #1 team in Gainbridge Super League. It was a defining performance for Spokane as they try and push for the playoffs here at the end of the season.
It was a huge win, and it's Zerenberg Strike who set the tone early. Jacksonville was able to equalize with Bowman's goal, and then a takedown in the box, which leads to Jasnick, who's denied on her penalty kick. She stays with the play to eventually finish it. Zerenberg was influential on both goals.
Tori Zerenberg, a goal and an assist against Sporting Jacks. If Spokane's going to complete this push for the postseason, she's going to be leading the way, and she has stepped up in a huge way.
And this is a Spokane team that needs more scoring production. She's trying to pick up that slack. She's not just a pure 9, but more of a hybrid attacker who can operate between the lines. Keep an eye on her tonight when possession changes, as she's always looking to score.
And for Fort Lauderdale United, it has been tough sledding for them this season. However, they are 3rd in the league in conversion rate. They don't create many chances, they don't score enough, but when they do get their chances, they tend to cash in.
And they had such a fast start to the season. They were hovering at 2nd place all the way through November. The goals have been spread out between different players. They went 12 matches mid-season without a win, 8 of those draws, which has really defined their season.
Kara Locklear, you always got to be on the lookout for her when she's got the ball at her feet. She's in a bit of a goal drought right now, but she is always dangerous.
And she's the engine of this Fort Lauderdale attack. She's always looking to go forward. She just needs minimum touches to make a big impact and turn moments into goals. It is important tonight that she sees the ball.
It's the first meeting between Spokane Zephyr and Fort Lauderdale United in the spring. Spokane trying to ride that momentum off the great performance last Sunday, while Fort Lauderdale tries to keep their playoff hopes alive on the road tonight. We'll have lineups and kick next on Peacock.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gainbridge, great at assists for your savings.
Welcome back to One Spokane Stadium, getting you set for kick between Spokane Zephyr and Fort Lauderdale United. Josh Appel, Christine Huber with you. Let's take a look at tonight's starting 11s. First for Spokane Zephyr and their head coach, Nicole Lukic. They're feeling real good about themselves after last week.
In Spokane, we've seen them switch up the top three a bit this season, but right now they're staying with the same three as they had last game. If we notice, McCoy, captain, she's starting in place of Boone at lefty.
And for Fort Lauderdale interim head coach Paul Jennison, here's how they'll line up tonight.
Definitely some changes, right? Vaca got that red card in the 10th minute last game. Brasso got stretched out with an injury. So in place of them, Kat Gonzalez of the DR national team is in, and Kate Colvin.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Fort Lauderdale makes up for those absences. A short week after a tough loss 4-0 at DC in the midweek, and now they're making the longest trip in the league. As we get to our keys to the game, presented by Ford.
Spokane, they have to dictate the tempo, be more structured in possession, control the flow of the game. And Fort Lauderdale, we talked about it, finish their chances, get behind the defense, set up high percentage scoring opportunities so they can get some goals.
Best conversion percentage in the league. One of the big reasons why Spokane Zephyr was able to knock off Sporting Jacks last week was they were able to do what you said, dictate the tempo. It was a match they controlled for the majority of it, and they'll try and do that again this afternoon. Our referee this evening, Patricia McCracken, Eric Del Rosario Gandara, Eric Kruger, and Sergey Selon are the other members of her crew. We're underway from One Spokane Stadium. Thanks so much for being with us on this Sunday evening. Spokane in the black, Fort Lauderdale in the white. Zarenberg and Jaskinek scoring the goals last week for Spokane Zephyr. Zarenberg had the assist on the game winner as well. Put a halt to a 3-match winless drought for Spokane and put them right in the thick of things once again for that fourth and final playoff spot. The early free kick is dealt with well by Fort Lauderdale United. Zarenberg chased it down. Aaron Jaskinek trying to keep it alive for Spokane. It's last touch by Fort Lauderdale and a throw-in coming. Vaca, as we just mentioned, out tonight. That started each of the club's 10 matches in the spring prior to her 10th minute red card against DC.
Just unfortunate for Fort Lauderdale. It was so early.
Chance brewing for Spokane, and it fizzles out in the end. It'll be a goal kick for Haley Craig.
And that red card on Vodka is for Dogso, denying of obvious goal-scoring opportunity. She took down a player, and there was nobody else there. So immediate red card, straight red by the official. Excellent call, but it was in the 10th minute. So Fort Lauderdale had to fight.
Fort Lauderdale outscored 8-1 the last two matches against Sporting Jacks and on the road at DC. It conceded 4 goals in back-to-back games. And for the third time in the spring, they've been very leaky defensively. They've given up the most goals in Gainbridge Super League. And again, this is the toughest road trip to make in the entire league. It's the longest one, Fort Lauderdale to Spokane. They did have a bit of a layover in DC, but that's still coast-to-coast travel in 1 week to play 2 games for Fort Lauderdale United. But one of the things we talked about with Nicole Lukic was they're prepared for a performance tonight from Fort Lauderdale where you know they have a bad taste in their mouth from that DC match. So they're not overlooking them at all.
And it's a lot of the unknowns as well. Without 2 starters in, you have new players coming in. Are they going to switch up the play a little bit? They have nothing to lose, so they're going to throw players forward. And one thing about Fort Lauderdale, they play very direct.
See how Spokane handle that. Thompson launches long down the left side. It's cut off. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. All healthy for Spokane. That's good news for them, but we mentioned Grasso with the injury against DC. Did not look great for her. She is an addition to that injury report. Headed down. And a whistle and a foul given. Free kick coming. Katie Murray took a spill. There's Van Treek getting the start tonight. Reese Tappan, an Iron Woman this season for Spokane, steps into it. Right side of the area. Locklear trying to chase it down. Tappan cuts her off and plays it back for Hope Heisey, who is one save away from 150 in her career. Will be the first goalkeeper in Gainbridge Super League history to reach that mark. And I mean, how impressive is that? Obviously only been now 2 seasons of this league, and she's already about to hit 150.
She's been such a stronghold these past 2 seasons. We've talked about it, right? Last year, Spokane making that late playoff run, unable to get into playoffs, and we feel like they're in that same situation now. So can they complete it and get in there?
Thompson towards goal, comes all the way across. Kate Colvin chases it down on the corner and gives to Shania Gordon, whose production has taken a dip this season. Played in by Taylor Smith, but nobody home in white. Looked like maybe a handball on Fort Lauderdale, but play rolls on. Taylor Smith controls. Now it's Gordon. Gordon with with Zierenberg watching her. It's crossed out in front. Last touch by Spokane, and so it'll be a Fort Lauderdale corner here as we complete the 6th minute. This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club. Played in. And Fort Lauderdale will have another shot at it. Oh, or not. That looked pretty obvious that was off of Spokane, but Patricia McCracken awards the goal kick to Hope Heisey. Huh. There's Felicia Knox, former member of Fort Lauderdale United.
Interesting call there that Fort Lauderdale's not too happy with.
Heisey puts it in play. Sent down the middle. Zierenberg pressuring Gordon, and Gordon just plays it safe and sends it into the stands. She accidentally hit the security guard standing there, and she goes over and apologizes.
Poor guy.
Oh, wrong place, wrong time for him. Of all places for that ball to end up.
It's a hat trick.
Ah, because she knocked the hat off.
Yep.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Thanks. I'll be here all night.
I sure hope so. And it's a foul here on Spokane. I don't think anybody wants to listen to me do this alone. Shane Moyer talking things over with Patricia McCracken. And that's out for a throw-in to Spokane. Knox for Tappan, and That was a bit too far for Ginger Fontenot, and out for a Fort Lauderdale throw. How difficult is this travel for Fort Lauderdale? I mean, you figure it's difficult enough to have to come out to Spokane, but after having gone through what they did in the midweek, facing a Spokane team now that is feeling really good about themselves after the win over Sporting Jacks, it's a big challenge for Fort Lauderdale.
This is always the toughest travel, going to the West Coast with the time zone difference.
Elevation as well.
But this is part of it, right? They're professional athletes. This is what they train for. This is what they do. They are on an away business trip.
And the elevation difference, quite a bit different as well. Fort Lauderdale, 7 feet above sea level, in case you were wondering. Spokane, about 1,800 feet above sea level. So we'll see if that plays a factor as the match rolls on. Scan now and you'll win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you, Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, Casa Top House, Canala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Colvin on the wing. Great job there by Sarah McCoy back in the starting 11, wearing the captain's armband today, and then she earns the foul. Great effort.
That's nice work from McCoy in the back, being aggressive, not fouling, staying on the ball, watching the hips instead of going where the ball goes. Just quality tackles here.
These two teams in the fall traded victories. The away team won both matches. But Nicole Lukic, of course, was not yet the head coach patrolling the sidelines for Spokane when Fort Lauderdale came up here in the fall. She took over in game 9. Has quite a good track record and has also brought a handful of her players from her time at Minnesota Aurora and USLW, and they have become key contributors to the Spokane side. They're 3-4-0 at home since Lukic took over. Colvin tries the cross, and again, Sarah McCoy, excellent effort. This does result in a corner, though. It's an ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club.
This has been a nice first few minutes for Fort Lauderdale. They're keeping the ball up in their offensive third. Getting 3 corner kicks right now. Should have been 4.
Yeah, I remember a few moments ago, ball looked to be deflected off of Spokane, but was awarded as a goal kick. Hugh Van Treek curls it in. It's a good ball, and nearly on the back end of it, Emily Thompson able to put it home, but just eluded her.
This is a great ball sent into the box here. Nice bent ball, and just misses it with her left foot. I love the opportunity of diving for the ball, and this is what Fort Lauderdale needs. They need these type of forwards to get on the back end of these crosses and finish it.
Thompson playing for her hometown club. Went to American Heritage in Plantation, Florida. A Broward County native, the third, and has suited up for Fort Lauderdale United. Christine, you and I called the Carolina-Tampa match last night. Get to that in a moment. As Colvin working on Zierenberg. And that's going to be a throw for Fort Lauderdale. We were just talking about the parity and how things in this league have changed from one season to the next. The defending champion Tampa Bay Sun eliminated from the postseason contention last night with their loss. to Carolina. Fort Lauderdale, if they lose this match, they'll be eliminated. And the first two teams to be eliminated from postseason contention could be the two teams that played for the league title a season ago.
Isn't that insane? And I mean, the parity of the league from year 1 to year 2, everything has increased. The talent level, the skill, even the coaches, everything we've seen has just risen. And you have a team like Sporting Jacks, who did not play in the first season, obviously just joined us in the second season, who comes out and is leading the league right now.
That shield race is heating up quite a bit. Carolina, well, there is a game in hand with them. Carolina, Lexington, and Sporting Jacks all separated by just 2 points. It's a massive win for Lexington yesterday, 2-1 over Sporting Jacks. That's 2 losses in a row for Stacey Ballum's side. They haven't had a stretch like that since the fall, the really early going of the season. Shania Gordon, speaking of Sporting Jacks, she scored the only goal in that match for Fort Lauderdale, her first of the season a few weeks ago. 4-1 loss.
And Gordon, I feel, does best when she's at right back, but she's able to get up, get forward, a lot of times start the attack. We're middle of the season, we didn't see that from her. Today, she's already going forward. She's already helping out and getting that counterattack going.
You can also say this is a great touch for her. Gordon, edge of the area. Shania Gordon unleashes, and there is save number 150 in the career of Hope Heisey. Battle forward in the midfield. Nasty tackle, and the foul is awarded. Here's another look at the 150th save in the Gainbridge Super League career of Hope Heisey.
And just an amazing keeper from last year to this year. 150 save. Congratulations, Heisey.
That, of course, is the league record, and she comfortably has it. Such a great goalkeeper matchup last week between Parks and Heisey. Great touch. Jaskinek alone on the goal line. Crosses in front. Sitting in the area. Cleared away. McCoy steps up. She goes down. Fontenot plays it wide. Advantage played. Jaskinek working on Hugh. Fontenot. Miscommunication there. And there is a yellow shown after that tackle that sent McCoy down. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. Please visit us at our site at www.windermerefoundation.com.
And this doesn't look good for McCoy, the captain, being down after she just entered the starting lineup tonight.
And last week came on as a second half sub. Kiara Locklear picked up the yellow for Fort Lauderdale. Here's one more look at what happened.
Yeah, just a bad tackle from behind by Locklear. Definitely deserving of a yellow card. I love the fact that the referee played advantage. Spokane kept possession, had a scoring opportunity until the miscommunication. The referee then waits and issues the yellow card afterwards when the play has stopped.
McCoy, captain, just did not look great.
Yeah, nasty tackle. It's just so tough, right? No matter what position you are on the field, when you get tackled and fouled like that from behind, you're not expecting it, right? Your head's up, you're figuring out your next move, what you're going to do, and all of a sudden your legs are taken out and your body is just not ready for it. And of all people, Locklear obviously knows that, because when she gets the ball at her feet, defenders are trying to tackle her from behind.
Spokane in the midst of their 5-game homestand to finish the regular season. And they've got another difficult one coming up after this against Lexington, but after that, the schedule is relatively favorable for them. DC, a team that they're in the thick of the playoff fight with, and they'll close out the season against Brooklyn. So Lexington, DC, and Brooklyn to close out the season after today, all at home. Good to see McCoy able to walk off under her own power.
And that's so exciting, like to have your final 5 games at home. And especially when you're trying to make this playoff run. I mean, they're in it. They're in the middle of it. They're down some points. They need to get 3 points today to keep that momentum going.
And they just missed out on the postseason last year.
Yep.
Similar situation, a late season push. And by the narrowest of margin, Spokane Zephyr missed as McCoy walks off. Looks like she's heading straight into the locker room. So the substitution will be Kelsey Euler coming in for McCoy.
That's unfortunate there.
Yeah. The sub has not officially happened yet, but that will be the change. As you saw McCoy head into the dressing room.
Ooh.
That should be a foul on Thompson. And it is. So there is the sub. Euler comes on. The Gonzaga and Arkansas alum in her first professional season. Fontenot gets knocked down by Hugh, and that is a foul and a free kick to come.
Well, we can say definitely that Fort Lauderdale's coming out aggressive to start this game. It's a lot of tackles, a lot of fouls. Making it for real choppy play. See Fort Lauderdale's. They're going to hold their defensive line on the 18. We've seen this the past few kicks that Spokane's had. Your best ball here is to go far post, high and lofted.
Fontenot stands over it, along with Euler, and Euler will take the free kick. Correction, that was Knox who delivered that ball in. It's out for a throw. Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. Euler will throw in. Rifles into the area. Is that onside?
Wow.
The flag stayed down, and a near chance for Spokane, but it does end in a goal kick. Rapp had the chance out in front.
And it originally looked like she was offside, but it looks like Kelly Van Treek was the one who was that last defender who kept everybody onside.
So Fort Lauderdale survives that.
How many chicken wings have we seen today from Spokane? I mean, we saw 2 in a row before. That one was almost an assist.
Here's one more look at that last buildup.
Yeah, because check this out where Kelly Van Treek is, and she's who keeps everybody onside.
Great catch. Gordon. Fort Lauderdale throw, and Nicole Lukic can't believe that decision.
a nice switch by Fort Lauderdale.
Thompson with Tappan watching her. Thompson toward the end line. And Tappan does just, again, an excellent job. Spokane in the first 24 minutes of this match, when Fort Lauderdale has tried to go wide, been in the right position and just strong defensively.
And they know the scouting report.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale, they like to play those outside flanks. They want to get players running. They play very direct. They're going to run onto the ball, and they are going to go at Spokane defenders one-on-one.
Heisey puts it in the air. Euler flicks it. Van Schriek pressured by Rapp. Murray heads it down. Colvin has it back. Played into the middle. Headed away by Spokane. And Knox takes over. Rolled along for Hansen, but she's cut off by Maggie Mace. And that's going to be a corner kick for Spokane. Another ICCU corner kick, your Financial Success Fan Club.
This wind blowing a bit today, heading into goal. So let's see if that helps out Spokane on this corner.
Yeah, the wind is howling at one Spokane Stadium. Zierenberg delivers in, it deflects and finds the back of the net. And Spokane Zephyr strike first.
And how about this? Zierenberg with a perfect corner placed into the far post. Thomas able to time that. I love the far post run, how she's able to attack that ball. And Catherine Rapp just trying to get out of the way.
Cat Rapp has made an impact for this group since joining the club. One of those players that was with Nicole Lukic for Minnesota Aurora. And she gets Spokane on the board first. And she takes a goal away from Haley Thomas.
I was going to say, do we credit Rapp with that?
Spokane looking for more. Fontenot, her pass deflects. Rapp comes out in front. It'll be another corner, but Zierenberg delivered it in the corner. A great ball for Thomas. And Rapp had it deflect off of her back. And so it is indeed Cat Rapp's goal, her second with Spokane. It just felt like once Spokane got one, it may open things up a bit for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Corner from the opposite side, back post. Whiffed on that, clear. And now out for a Spokane corner. That is Thomas's first goal contribution on the season. Does everything else on the back end for Spokane. Finally notches her first assist of the 25-26 season.
And when we spoke with head coach Nicole Lukic, she said Thomas has really stepped up. She's the vice captain, and she's been thrown in every position.
Colvin all the way down now to Hope Heisey. COR Institute, it's your wellness playground. Zierenberg works it free. Found Jaskinek, who gets it over to Hansen, who launches down the right side. Fontenot trying to get there in a race against Hugh. Fontenot with a little bit of a shoulder wins that race. Then Hugh goes down. Fontenot turns the corner. Fontenot into the area. She gets taken down. But it's a clean tackle and a corner kick coming in ICCU corner.
How about this on-the-ball work by Fontenot? I mean, she's able to get this ball, the little bump there in the shoulder, but that's fine, shoulder to shoulder. As soon as her defender goes down, she accelerates and keeps that defender on her back. That was a close call to a penalty.
We just saw Spokane score from this side on a corner. Murray will take it this time instead of Zierenberg. Short for Rapp. Curl to the top of the area. Hansen the header. Headed again by Thomas, but it was blocked. Or did they get a whistle and a foul on Thomas? And that seems to be the case. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly crafted and brewed craft beer and food. Hansen. Thomas. Tappin, looking for Rapp. Good step up by Maggie Mace, make that Van Schreek, and then Van Schreek is taken down. And a yellow comes out. Interesting.
A lot of choppy play so far, and I'm okay with this yellow. She grabs her from behind. Referee had no hesitation.
Thompson shoved down. And you can kind of see Thompson has the talent, but she's got to maybe get used to a little bit of the physicality of the pro game in her first pro season.
And this is a real chippy game already. And we've had so many fouls called. We already have a few yellow cards. The referee trying to nip everything in the bud. But you have Thompson and Gonzalez just trying to hold down that center midfield for Fort Lauderdale.
Thompson will take the free kick. Steps into it. Hugh was making the run towards Heisey, and Heisey in control. Grabbed it and threw it downfield, a good one. But Zierenberg couldn't control. Gordon takes over for Fort Lauderdale United. Fontenot. Murray. Jaskinek had the referee, Patricia McCracken, get in her way. And Fort Lauderdale able to take advantage of that. Mace, fan on that clearance attempt. Collision, play rolls on. Jaskinek goes wide for Fontenot. Fontenot floats it into the area. A lot of contact there. Incredible how that was not awarded a penalty. Looked like a pretty clear hold in the box to me.
Spokane is sending some great balls in here, and let's check this out. I don't know if that's enough for me. Let's see.
It looks like a whole lot of the arm there.
Yeah, I guess, right, the same as the yellow card we just had. Just a hold of the arm, a hold of the jersey. I think her acting almost sold it the wrong way.
Thompson plays that forward. Locklear misfired. Bit out of control there. And a goal kick coming. Select is the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Smith comes wide. Shot deflected from Locklear. Jaskinek finds Murray, but a good step up by Moyer to keep that alive for Fort Lauderdale, but it ends up with Hope Heisey.
Not a bad build-up there by Fort Lauderdale. Kat Gonzalez able to find the open Locklear. Problem is Locklear's getting the ball. She's by herself, so she's trying to take on 1, 2, 3 defenders. There's just nobody up there for supporting runs.
Gordon pressured by Zierenberg. And that's over the touchline for a throw to Spokane. Euler kept it alive. Again, oh, that security guard has got to watch out. You see, he's even turned now towards the field now.
Chair, yeah.
Almost the second time he got hit.
He's got to keep his head on a swivel.
Euler looks to be preparing for a long throw. Delivered in. Bad clearance. Zierenberg steps into it and rockets it high. We saw her score on a banger against Sporting Jacks last week. Nearly had a chance from a similar spot a few yards to the inside there.
Zierenberg had more time and space than she thought as this ball gets deflected right to her feet. Look, there's not one defender anywhere around her, and that's a tough ball, right, because it's deflected and it has that spin on it. So she needs to take a preparation touch, then she can have the shot.
Murray looking for Rapp, the goal scorer. Thompson drives to the middle. Euler there with her. Just a bit too far out of the reach of Colvin, who did a nice job trying to keep it in and apparently did keep it in.
And you see just not enough forward runs by Fort Lauderdale. Nobody is there to support the attackers.
Zierenberg battling with Gordon as they have all first half long.
Oh, okay, coach. Nice little touches there.
Oof, off the face of Rapp. So she scored a goal off of her back and took that throw in off the head. She's in a little bit of pain there. They've already lost Sarah McCoy in this match. Rapp working through that head contact. She looks to be okay. She'll have to come off at least for the moment. Treatment rule.
You see her just moving her jaw around as the ball just came up and just popped her right in the jaw.
Jaskinek, who scored the game winner against Sporting Jacks. Again, Fort Lauderdale eliminated from postseason contention with a loss today. A win for Spokane pulls them within a point of fourth place Dallas. 3 games remain after today for Spokane, all here at One Spokane Stadium. It's setting up pretty well for them, but no easy task next week against Lexington. 3 teams have punched their ticket into the Gainbridge Super League playoffs, but the season is far from over. To stay up to date on all the latest information, analysis, and insight, visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com. Maggie Mace, a nice job on Maya Hansen, as Hansen tried to turn. Knox stepped up. Great ball for Fontenot. Fontenot, heavy touch. Fontenot goes down. No foul given, no PK given. It's a corner brought to you by ICCU instead.
This is a great first touch. It's heavy, but it's a great first touch because it's inside, cutting off that defender when really that's all you can be done is fouled, and I'm a little surprised that is not a penalty called.
The only thing that I can think is that Hugh maybe got the ball first.
Right, but you still get the ball, and if you follow through, a foul's a foul, right?
I'm with you. There have been a couple instances where Spokane has felt like they should have been awarded a penalty. Instead, it's a corner and a good ball, but it deflects off of Jaskinek right out in front of goal. She couldn't put it on target.
Tough break there for Spokane, but you know what? They're getting the chances. They are getting the ball forward. And it comes from their possession in the back and in the midfield.
Murray. Mace cuts her off, and that's going to be a corner brought to you by ICCU. Pressure has been heavy from Spokane. Feels like the majority of the action has been in the attacking third for Spokane in this half, especially as it's progressed. Another corner. Delivered in. Thompson got rid of it for the moment. Murray pops it back over the top, off the post, sitting in front. But Craig got there before Rapp.
And don't forget, this wind is swirling a bit, so that's why the ball is looking a bit funky with these shots, and this was so close. Haley Craig almost palmed that out of the air. Great save.
It's almost like she was caught in between of whether or not she wanted to let it go over the bar, and it seemed like the last second she made the decision, and it's a good thing she did, because if she had just let it go as if it was going to go over the bar, that would have gotten past her into the net.
And it seems like the wind is heading in towards that goal, so that's that swirling wind that's moving the ball around.
Jaskinek takes away, and then Moyer returns the favor. Murray. Euler, into the sky it goes. On the give and go, just a bit too far for Rapp. And a throw in for Fort Lauderdale. Colvin. Locklear trying to handle and could not. Curled in. There's a second ball on the pitch at the moment.
Wondering if someone was going to get that or not.
Moyer for Gordon. Colvin curls. Locklear gets there first, but it's cleared away by Zierenberg. Captain Shania Gordon to throw in for Fort Lauderdale United as this first half winds down. Knox taken away by Colvin, and then she commits the foul. Or are they just going to say it's a throw-in? Huh, okay.
Nice little battle there along the sideline.
Gordon plays it in. Comes down to Thompson to her left. Thompson, tap and went down, gets back on her feet. Thompson plays it. Now Gonzalez.
How about that team defense by Spokane, forcing Fort Lauderdale all the way back from a dangerous position.
You'd love to see, if you're Fort Lauderdale, Thompson unleash a shot from where she was, but give credit to Tappan for that 1v1 defending.
Yeah, I mean, way to stand her up. Such in a dangerous position Thomas was. Forces them all the way back.
First half stoppage time is presented by Rosar's Supermarket. 3 minutes of added time in the first half. Euler cut off the angle for Colvin. Gonzalez. Surprised to look at possession numbers in this half. And the advantage to Fort Lauderdale right now, it does not feel that way.
No, it doesn't. It's been so choppy. Remember, it's Spokane that wants to keep possession. They want to dictate the tempo.
Thompson unleashes from the corner. That's off the side of the net. Good attempt.
How good is Thompson in this first half? I mean, she's been the one that's been creating attacks for Fort Lauderdale.
A lot of energy that she brings. The Broward County native. Spokane's goal, Cat Rapp in the 26th minute on the assist from Haley Thomas. It came off of a corner kick. Rolls all the way to Heisey, who earlier in this half stopped the only shot on goal for save number 150 in her career. So again, Fort Lauderdale is officially eliminated from postseason contention. If they lose this match, Spokane trying to add another before the end of the half. Craig aggressively off her line before Hansen could get there. Spokane 4 points back of Dallas for that final playoff spot. They were feeling really good about the opportunity in front of them in the last few minutes of that Brooklyn-Dallas match last night in the heavy rain in Brooklyn. Brooklyn FC had a 1-0 lead over Dallas, and Dallas Trinity with a late equalizer put them back in that fourth and final playoff position. There is the whistle for halftime from Patricia McCracken. A 1-0 lead for Spokane Zephyr at home.
Fort Lauderdale actually looking good. They're leading in possession right now. They've been able to get the ball forward. They're switching the fields, opening it up for the flanks. where they're getting those chances, unable to finish. And for Spokane, they were able to finish their chances. They're doing an excellent job splitting the back defenders of Fort Lauderdale. They're eliminating 2 defenders as they go forward. It's making them successful.
Joined now by the goal scorer from the first half, Kat Rapp. Kat, I would imagine that's one of the more unorthodox goals that you've scored in your soccer career to this point. Thomas with the header, it goes off your back and in. How would you evaluate your team's performance there in the first 45 minutes?
I think our press was doing exactly what we wanted to do. I think we can be a little bit more physical and aggressive in all areas of the field, forcing them to go wide and back. But obviously we got the goal and we're executing on what we want to do. Just we need to keep staying consistent and winning those first and second balls, and then who knows how many we can score in the second half.
And defensively, any changes to be made for the second half?
No idea. I haven't talked with the coaches yet. I think right now we're doing a good job of executing our game plan. So any changes that we see will be communicated and we'll execute it when we get out here in the second half.
Kat Rapp, the goal scorer for Spokane Zephyr in the first half. Congrats on the goal. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Fort Lauderdale trying to keep the positive vibes in a difficult season as Spokane, thanks to that goal off the back of Kat Rapp, takes a 1-0 lead into the half as they push for that 4th and final playoff spot. More at the half from One Spokane Stadium after this. Sporting Club Jacksonville, what a magical run it's been in their inaugural season. Yeah.
Unbelievable! Lexington a double!
Carolina ascent on top.
Tremendous team goal for Power FC. Spokane on the scoreboard in a very important game for playoff positioning.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with 3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Welcome back to One Spokane Stadium. 1-0 to Spokane Zephyr over Fort Lauderdale United at the half. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Doc, Flat Stick Bum, Casa Tap House, Canala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Josh Pell, Christine Huber with you at the half as we take a look around the Gainbridge Super League and some news and notes. Carolina and Lexington both clinched their spot in the playoffs. One remaining berth. The race for the Shield as well has heated up. In addition, all those three teams separated by 2 points. How about Allie Long? 15 years of experience, FIBA World Cup champion, national team veteran joining Fort Lauderdale United. She's available off the bench tonight. Catherine Berry, new single-season scoring record, 15 goals, had a hat trick against Tampa. Passed the record previously set by Allie Thornton of 13. Here are the Week 28 scores. Second game of the week for Fort Lauderdale. They're trying to avenge that 4-0 defeat at DC in the midweek. Loza Abera with a brace. Anything else jump out at you from the scoreboard this week?
Yeah, big thing. Tampa Bay, the defending champions, are eliminated from playoffs. Cardiac Carolina able to get those goals and secure that win.
Yeah, all three goals in that game scored in the final 10 minutes of the match. It's 1-0 here. The kids are on the pitch scoring some goals. Kat Rapp scored her second of the season to put her side Spokane in front. Back with more after this. Welcome back to One Spokane Stadium. Christine, you need one of those.
Sure do.
1-0 to Spokane Zephyr over Fort Lauderdale United. At the break, Kat Rapp scored the goal. Let's take a look back at our first half highlights.
Fort Lauderdale was actually able to get some chances in the beginning. They had a few corner kicks. They were getting some shots off, some good services in the box, and just misses this chance.
Went a bit too far out for Emily Thompson from Van Treek. Just one shot on target to Hope Heisey. She made the save for 150 in her career. Here was the goal off of Cat Rapp's back after the corner.
It was a great ball in by Zierenberg, just bent in, a little bit of help from the wind. Haley Thomas, I mean, that's an excellent header from the far post. She's able to keep it low. She gets power on it. And Cat Rapp in the right place at the right time, using any type of body part that she can to score.
Her second with Spokane. Here are the halftime stats. Shots about even, possession in favor of Fort Lauderdale United, but the shots on target also even at 1. The big difference, you look at the final third entries, 23-21 in favor of Fort Lauderdale, but touches in the opposition box 15-5 in favor of Spokane.
Spokane's doing a much better job with the quality chances that they have when they go forward.
Second half action is coming up after this from One Spokane Stadium. Spokane trying to ride that momentum and continue their push for the postseason. Welcome back to One Spokane Stadium. Ready for the second half. Josh Appel, Christine Huber with you. 1-0 to Spokane over Fort Lauderdale as we get underway in the second 45 minutes. Fort Lauderdale must win or draw to keep their postseason hopes alive. They're still mathematically in it A loss, though, eliminates them. Great turn. Here's Rapp. Denied by Craig. It is out for a corner. Nearly 2-0 right off the jump to begin the second half.
This is a great play by Rapp. Able to turn. She knows where the defense is coming from. And you know what's key? When she receives this ball on her foot, her teammate is the one leading her, telling her to turn that way, turn away from the defender, and that's exactly what she does.
Craig's made a couple of good saves. That would have been one of the more traditional goals for Kat Rapp after she scored off a deflection off her back when she wasn't even turned towards the play. Fontenot steps into it, top of the area, never got through. Thompson blocked it. Good recognition there by Spokane to take advantage of that opening. Skips all the way through. It's Hansen. Played forward for Zierenberg, but just a bit too far. It eludes her, and Craig falls on it.
Spokane really doing a great job at splitting the Fort Lauderdale defenders. They're able to eliminate 2 defenders as soon as they split them, and they are sending numbers forward to run on for the ball.
Thompson trying to lead Locklear. If you're Paul Jennison, you've got to be relatively happy with how those first 45 minutes went. Obviously a massive improvement of what they showed against DC earlier in the week.
And especially missing 2 starters as well on top of that. So these players coming on have done an excellent job.
Abby Hugh. Gonzalez back for Hugh. That's just too much for Locklear to be able to handle. Hansen, some trouble, taken away by Gonzalez. Kat Gonzalez for Hugh. Zierenberg puts it over the touchline.
Gonzalez showing off some fancy footwork in the midfield.
Hugh trying to curl it in, and Fort Lauderdale will end up with a corner brought to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. There's Paul Jennison, the interim head coach for Fort Lauderdale United. Time at IMG Academy and with the South Carolina Gamecocks. Smith for Hugh. It's the second time that Patricia McCracken has gotten in the way of a player trying to make a play on the ball.
A lot of players have been slipping on the turf today, too. We saw them watering it at halftime.
Not sure if there was a whistle for a foul before that. Seems like there was, even though play continued. Saw Patricia McCracken pointing in the direction of Spokane, and so there is the ball put back in play, and miscommunication there between Rapp and Tappan. Make that Zierenberg. Sometimes you see things that just make you chuckle. That's one way to defend a throw-in from Murray.
And now more players on the ground. This is the first time I've seen that one.
Is that how you would coach it up?
Yeah, whatever it takes to win is how I coach.
Gonzalez trying to spring Colvin. Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric is giving away a Honeywell Wi-Fi smart thermostat valued at nearly $500. Scan the QR code for a chance to win. Zierenberg didn't know where it was. Moyer found Thompson. Zierenberg, physicality, forces it off of Thompson, and a throw coming. Murray does well with it, but Mace cut that off. The flag was up for offside anyways.
Another nice looking chance for Spokane, just unable to thread the needle.
Rapp in the 26th minute, the only goal. Thomas the assist, and then Rapp in the first 20 seconds of the second half nearly made it 2-0.
Murray and Gonzalez getting a little talking to by McCracken.
Van Treek. Locklear battling with Thomas. Let's see who that last went off of, and it was off of Thomas for a corner to Fort Lauderdale. An ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club.
So let's see now if this win's going to help out Fort Lauderdale.
Thompson plays in. Punched away by Heisey. Recovered by Moyer. Thompson again. Thompson unleashes. And Heisey backing up, plays it on a hop. Corner 6-4. Plenty of them in this match so far, and only in the 53rd minute. Fort Lauderdale threatening. That comes all the way across goal. And that'll be a goal kick.
Nice counterattack here by Fort Lauderdale, led by Gonzalez in the midfield, and she's able to split the outside back and center back of Spokane, but Fort Lauderdale unable to get anything off of that cross. Needs to be bent in a little bit. Get it behind the defender's back, but it's got to stay in bounds.
Zierenberg. Jaskinek, those two scored in the win over Sporting Jacks last week. Jaskinek. Zierenberg. On Hugh. Zierenberg with her left foot takes. And the save made by Craig. Zierenberg unafraid to unleash from distance.
That is for sure. We saw what she could do last week when she just hit a banger, and this one, a nice scissors with the right foot, and then able to finish with a strike on the left as we have a chance here. Looks like it'll be offside.
Goal kick coming here for Craig. Shop online or in the team store at Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. Grab all your Spokane Zephyr gear. Jaskinek. Now Hansen. Rapp will throw in. Tappin towards the back post. Fontenot waiting on it. Over her head. Gordon battling with Fontenot. Gordon threw her down. Play rolls on. Gordon held from behind by Murray, and the yellow is out.
And this is what we like to see from Gordon. She does her job defensively. She keeps possession, keeps that ball, uses her pace, uses her speed up that outside flank to get their offensive attack going. We haven't really seen that the past few games, and here, I mean, it's even hard to bring her down with grabbing her jersey. Katie Murray was struggling just to keep up, just to find enough to grab the jersey. That's how fast Gordon is.
She was so productive last year, playing in a different role this season, and that could be one of the reasons why her production is down. Spokane threatening again. And that is out for a goal kick. Cat Rapp hungry for more. Fontenot on the turn. She's been strong today. Jaskinek wide for Zierenberg. Jaskinek again! Kick saved by Craig. Mace clears over the end line.
Spokane doing a great job on this build-up. Nice passing, nice keeping possession, and this is a great ball through the side of the defense, and I tell you, that is a nice save, kick save by Haley Craig. That is a dangerous ball going across the face of the goal mouth.
Another ICCU corner. Good ball. Fort Lauderdale got to it first and cleared it away.
In the Fort Lauderdale DC game earlier midweek, Fort Lauderdale was not going up and challenging for any balls in the air, anything off the corner kick. So it's nice to see them tonight really get up, attack that ball, win the second balls in the midfield.
Craig's got 4 saves in this match. She had 9 against DC, and you know, you're down a man, down a player last week for basically the entire match. That's a tough circumstance to deal with for anybody, as Zierenberg unleashed again. And did Fort Lauderdale just get called for a handball?
It looks like that's what the official is saying.
Should be a penalty for Spokane. Let's see. Yeah, they'll say it hit off of Maggie Mace. Right there.
Yeah.
Great call, great eyes.
Wow, I didn't see that at first.
By Patricia McCracken, and so a penalty opportunity for Cat Rapp to extend the Spokane lead. Rapp approaches and scores. Maya Hansen, not Rapp, stepped to the spot, drilled it, and now Spokane extends its lead. One more look at the handball.
And it's a good call. Her arm is up away from her body. It's an unnatural position from where it hits and deflects. And it's Hansen that's able to bury this penalty.
So Rapp in the first half, Hansen in the second half. And for Hansen, that's the first in her career with Spokane. Another Minnesota Aurora alum. So both of them, two of them have scored in this match for Spokane. Rapp and now Hansen. Fort Lauderdale made a sub right after the PK. Sophie Harding came on for Taylor Smith. Corner kick here. Excuse me, a throw in for Fort Lauderdale. Martinez, correction, Gonzalez, a physical play. Harding. Now Thompson had it blocked, ends up with Moyer. Harding again, just into the match, curls it in, nobody home in white. Good step up. Here comes Spokane. Knox plays it across. Murray just over the crossbar.
Spokane's counterattack is so fast up this flank. They do a great job sucking those defenders into the ball, and then they're able to switch the field to wide open players.
Spokane in full control of this match after the Hansen converted PK. An unfortunate handball for Fort Lauderdale. And Maggie Mace led to the PK. Bad giveaway. Here's Locklear around Heisey, and the drought is over. Kiara Locklear with the goal. And Fort Lauderdale has cut the Spokane lead in half.
And what a change of events this is. It's a great finish by Locklear, and when she has her chances, she's able to finish. That's why I said it's so important that she gets those touches, gets on the ball.
Number 6 on the season for Locklear. She hadn't scored since the fall.
And it's just Spokane not coming to the ball. And a bad turnover here is what leads this scoring opportunity. Listen, Fort Lauderdale, they have to win today, right? So, Locklear's double fisting here with the Gatorades and the waters. And, hey, deserve it after that goal.
Two substitutions for Spokane. Kat Rapp and Katie Murray come off. Lena Solano enters, along with Charlie Boone. Zierenberg, great move, cuts it back. Knox, and that's going to result in a goal kick. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food. Spokane right back on the ball. Zierenberg. Boone, who just came on. Euler. for Fontenot. Trades with Jaskinek. Good ball. Euler plays it into the area. Just over Hansen's head. Zierenberg gets there first, and she goes down. Can't believe there wasn't a penalty given there. Spokane can't. One more look at it.
And it's Zierenberg again on the back end, and I'm with you. That's a takedown in the box. She didn't even touch the ball this time.
It was a good call on the handball by Patricia McCracken, but I'm now wondering what it would take to earn a foul in the box on another play, because we've seen 2 or 3 that could have been called. ICCU corner to the back post, cleared away by Fort Lauderdale United. They're right back in this match thanks to the goal by Locklear after the bad giveaway. Those are the types of mistakes that, when you have a chance to put away a team, keeps them hanging around. Here's Solano for Zierenberg. The cross. Over Hansen again. Hansen lets it go through her. Solano on the turn, put it high.
Spokane really doing a great job with team offense today, connecting those balls up top.
If you're looking for Spokane Zephyr gear, you can shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane.
It's a nice job by Spokane. Notice how they were forcing everyone to the sideline, sending them that way, and Fort Lauderdale just knocks the ball out of bounds. Great pressure by Spokane's front 3.
Tap in to throw in for Spokane. Over the head of Hansen, who scored from the spot a little while ago. Those 2 goals separated by 4 minutes. Locklear in the 64th after Hansen from the penalty spot in the 60th. Rapp got it all started with a deflection in the 26th. Hansen to her left for Boone. Now Fontenot. Fontenot! Goal kick coming for Craig.
Fontenot has been unbelievable on the front end tonight. She's been running that flank up and down and getting great crosses, great shots in.
Yeah, but a really strong performance from her. Interim coach Paul Jennison unhappy with probably a lot in this match, but whatever the decision was there, he was unhappy with as well.
It's just been a real choppy game, right?
Yeah.
With the fouls on the field, the ball going out of bounds a lot. It hasn't been much flow. I think that's impacted Spokane because they're the more possession-based team. It's just hard to get in that rhythm. The ball keeps going out of bounds.
Spokane, though, they'll take it any which way they can. Whether it's pretty, in rhythm, or whether it's choppy, they'll take it. Late whistle, good call. It was a handball on Spokane. Euler collides with Colvin, who slid down, but good job by Euler to shield her off, and it's a goal kick for Hope Heisey, who again reached 150 career saves. She's now, math is not my strong suit, but 3 shots on target. One of them's gone in, 2 saves at 151.
151 works.
Boom. And to your point, it's been a lot of this.
Yeah, it really has been. I don't know if it's the wind taken into factor, but the ball has just been out of bounds a lot. There have been a lot of fouls in midfield.
Kat Gonzalez. Tapping. That's off of Locklear. And a goal kick coming. Scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Rosar Supermarkets, the official grocery store of your Spokane Velocity and Zephyr FC.
You're Spokane. This is the type of game you really have to be careful of, right? There's been some indecisive calls. You don't want the ball to not bounce your way. All of a sudden a call is made or something happens and Fort Lauderdale ties this game up, and you want to come out of here with 3 points.
Hanson, sorry to cut you off.
No, you have playoffs that you want to make, right? So these 3 points are crucial for Spokane.
No doubt about it. And if this score holds, they'll pull within 1 point. Oh, this is not good for Spokane. That's Zierenberg, who's down and not getting up. Play rolls on for Fort Lauderdale. Surprised the play hasn't stopped yet. Zierenberg still down. Fort Lauderdale trying to take advantage of this. Sent towards goal. Locklear. Euler gets there. And now finally play stops. Does not make the crowd very happy here at One Spokane Stadium.
Fans are not happy with the play on by Fort Lauderdale. Yeah,
they've already lost Sarah McCoy in this match.
And we're hoping this would just be a cramp type thing. What happens is if you don't drink enough liquids, if you're not hydrated enough, and as soon as you exert yourself by going up for some sort of head ball like that, your muscles, especially your calves as they're massaging and cramp and stretching out now, just get so tight.
Zierenberg getting that left leg worked on.
And hopefully that's all it is cramps.
Fontenot also picked up a yellow over the course of all of this. That's the 3rd booking on a Spokane player. Murray, she picked up a yellow. She was subbed off. But Jaskinek and now Fontenot, 2 in the midfield for Spokane, playing with a yellow. Kara Locklear, who scored the Fort Lauderdale goal, she also has a yellow. Zierenberg still being worked on. Again, so here is what is at stake for both of these teams tonight as we enter the final 15 minutes of regulation at One Spokane Stadium. If this score holds, Fort Lauderdale officially eliminated from postseason contention. Spokane 4 points back of 4th place Dallas. They could pull within a point of Dallas Trinity with 3 home matches to go if this score holds. So a very crucial 15 minutes coming up. Zierenberg is walking very gingerly off the pitch right now.
And Spokane definitely does not want to lose her. I mean, she has been so good these past few games. She's become that extra offensive threat. She just makes excellent run. The timing of her run, she's just so natural, looks to score. And not for nothing, if I'm Spokane, this is going to get me irked a little bit, and I'm going to try a little harder.
Thompson had a golden chance, could not convert. She's been in the right spots tonight.
She has. She's been a great offensive threat, a great pickup for Fort Lauderdale. In these last few minutes, you know, we're going to see Spokane. They are going to go hard through tackles. They're not going to be happy with the events that transpired, with Zierenberg being injured, with the ball getting knocked out, Fort Lauderdale not sending the ball back to them after they obviously clearly knocked the ball out for injury. Something to keep your mind on.
So we are getting word that Tori Zierenberg will be subbed off. Subs happening now. Felicia Knox also will come off. Allie Cook enters for Zierenberg. And Thais Hayes comes on for Spokane. So 5 subs, they've all been exhausted for Spokane. Hansen. The shadows are out at One Spokane Stadium. The Gainbridge Super League playoffs are just a few weeks away, and we are tracking all the possible scenarios. You can visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter to get updates on your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox. Spokane hang on. This has been a valiant effort by a Fort Lauderdale side, down 2 of their regular starters. Just lost 4-0 earlier in the week. Harding! Heisey got a piece of it. That is why she is one of the best. Sophie Harding trying to make her presence felt in this match. Hope Heisey denies her.
A legit chance here for Fort Lauderdale as they press forward. They love to attack on the dribble, love to attack the defenders, and Hope Heisey, I mean, this is a clutch save. Looks like it deflected a bit as well.
It's an ICCU corner kick. And Shriek. That goes all the way to Heisey.
Just to keep an eye out on this sun as how it's affecting both goalkeepers coming from the bottom of your screen. So those corner kicks are going to be very important, very hard for the keepers to see in the sun.
Allie Cook missed the target.
Allie Cook has the green light to shoot, that's for sure. She is a scorer.
First full season with Spokane. Does have 4 goals. She joined the club second half of last year. Fontenot matched up with Gordon. Fontenot spins. Gordon wins it away. Excellent work by Gordon.
Nice one-on-one defending by Gordon. That's why Fort Lauderdale moved her back defensively. They really need her back there.
Harding takes it wide on Euler, and Euler cuts her off. And then Harding rides her down. It's a foul on Harding. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. Down the left side it comes, Solano. And now she is down. And Fort Lauderdale continues to play on. Hansen. Solano back to her feet. Solano, you can see gingerly to the right of your screen. Still gingerly walking and jogging right at the edge of the shadow, as this is out for a throw to Fort Lauderdale United. She's gutting it out, Lena Solano, as Fort Lauderdale makes a change. Emily Thompson comes off. Daniela Todd, who's an Academy product that signed a pro contract, comes on for her. Just the second change that Fort Lauderdale has made, and it does make sense considering how shorthanded they are after last week. The red card suspension for Vaca and Grasso's unfortunate injury. And again, a great effort from them tonight.
Just so more energetic than they were this past game. They're going up, they're challenging for balls, they're getting the ball forward. Just kind of been, you know, their season. A lot of draws. They haven't finished the chances that they've had. They don't create high, efficient scoring opportunities.
About 5 minutes to go before stoppage time.
And we wonder, you know, 5 minutes left. Do we see Ali Long? She still is
available off the bench.
Available.
Did not play against DC. This is out for a goal kick to Hope Heisey. Goal in the first half, Cat Rapp in the 26th. At the 1 hour mark, Maya Hansen scored her first from the penalty spot. Second straight week that Spokane have had a penalty opportunity. Last week, of course, it was stopped. And then on the second ball, Zierenberg found Jaskinek, who put home the game winner. And then 4 minutes after Hansen's PK successfully went. It was Kiara Locklear who ended her scoring drought that made this game a bit more interesting down the stretch. Tappan played every minute of every match this season for Spokane. Solano, good to see her still in the match.
At this point, Spokane's going to use as much clock as they can.
As they should.
As they should. In Fort Lauderdale, it's go time. Send everybody forward. This is do or die for them. A loss and they are eliminated.
They know the sense of urgency. Just trying to keep themselves alive for one more week. Locklear, who has the goal, bit nicked up on that knee.
Yeah, cover it up with the sock. That's what we always do. Before any officials can see it. Nice ball.
Colvin trying to get there. Euler does first. Cleared away. Solano gets around Van Schreek. It's a 2-on-1. The finishing touch for Spokane. It's Allie Cook with the dagger for Spokane Zephyr. The two subs combine for the third Spokane goal, and you can salt it away.
Spokane doing an excellent job winning this ball in the midfield, makes it into a 2-versus-1 situation. And I tell you what, there's no one I'd rather have the ball at their feet in a one-on-one with the goalkeeper than Cook.
5th of the season for Allie Cook. Great effort by Solano. And Cook in the 88th has made the task incredibly difficult on Fort Lauderdale. Another match in which Fort Lauderdale United has given up 3 goals or more. They've conceded 11 goals over the last 3 matches. Now Gordon tees it up, and that ends up in the netting. Flag up here for offside. Three minutes of stoppage time, and it's brought to you by Rosar's Supermarkets. Fort Lauderdale, if they don't come up with a miracle, their hopes of reaching the postseason again are over. They will join Tampa Bay, eliminated from postseason contention. Spokane would move within a point of that final playoff spot with 3 games to go, all at home.
It's going to be a crazy race to figure out who's taking that 4th and final spot.
Spokane have Lexington, DC, and Brooklyn to finish out the season after tonight. Rapp, Hansen, and Cook the goals for Spokane.
Looks like we have an offside call, so Heise is going to take this kick, probably just send it down into the corner.
Solano battling. She had the assist on Cook's 3rd goal. Locklear ended her scoring drought this half. Gordon floats it towards Heise. Look out, security guard. Hugh throws in. You think back when it was still a close match, a 1-goal game. Sophie Harding, a shot with excellent pace that Hope Heise turned away. That was really the last good chance that Fort Lauderdale was able to put together. One of those remember that save type moments as Patricia McCracken blows the final whistle. Spokane Zephyr victorious at home once again. Back-to-back wins for Nicole Lukic's side. 3-1 is the final. Fort Lauderdale is eliminated from postseason contention.
And Fort Lauderdale, just unfortunate, made it to the championship game last year, had a hot start to the beginning of this season, in 2nd place the beginning of the year until November, and it's that drought, that middle of the season, and we've seen it happen to plenty of other teams. They are now eliminated from making playoffs.
It's time for tonight's play of the match, brought to you by Modelo, the mark of a fighter. How about the fight by Solano to win this ball? Get around Van Schreek, turns into a 2-on-1, and Allie Cook does the rest.
And it's excellent finish by Allie Cook here. Notice how her hip, she's going to fake like she's going right, and then she goes left across the goalkeeper's body. Excellent finish.
So 3-1 is the final. That one salted this away. Spokane Zephyr victorious over Fort Lauderdale. The celebrations begin. We'll step aside and come back to wrap things up for you from One Spokane Stadium in just a moment. Welcome back to One Spokane Stadium. Josh Appel, Christine Huber with you. Spokane Zephyr 3-1 victors over Fort Lauderdale United. Spokane pulls within 1 point of the fourth and final playoff spot. We're now joined by goal number 3 scorer tonight, Allie Cook. Allie, what's the confidence level of this group right now? The win against Sporting Jacks last week, another win tonight, 3 more at home to close out the season. How confident is this group right now?
Yeah, I think these 2 positive results have been really good for us, especially when last weekend we beat the #1 team. That we just kind of carry that momentum. We don't let it get us too high, but we build off what we have done. And I think you can see it starting to click. It's late in the season, so this is when you like to see the pieces fall into place. So.
And Al, you didn't go into the second half. What did you notice on the bench that you could take advantage of offensively?
Yeah, I feel like there was opportunity to be winning the first and second balls and challenging the back line for those balls that were playing over the top. And that was kind of how the goal ended up. So I felt like that was how, when Lena and I were both in, that's how we could make our mark on this game.
Hey, Allie, you were part of the group last year that narrowly missed out on the postseason at the end. It was a strong push towards the end. What kind of experience and lessons did you guys learn from that you can maybe apply to this season's push?
Yeah, I think last season it obviously stung a lot, coming down to goal differential. But I think this season it's not leaving it to chance, not leaving it to the last game if possible, picking up the points where we can and using the home game atmosphere to get those 3 points regardless of the team.
Allie, congratulations on the goal, congratulations on the win, and thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at our full match highlights here. All the way back to the first half. Here's how Spokane got on the board first.
And this comes from Zierenberg taking that corner. Haley Thomas with a great header, able to angle it on goal, but it's Kat Rapp scoring this ball deflection off of her back.
One of the more unorthodox goals she's probably scored in her entire soccer life. Fast forward to the 59th minute. Within 1 point of the final playoff spot, level in points with DC Power. Dallas Trinity, thanks to their draw last night over Brooklyn, a dramatic one, able to have that 1 point advantage over DC and Spokane. Spokane will face DC and Brooklyn along with Lexington before the end of the season. And there you see it at the bottom of your screen. Fort Lauderdale and Tampa Bay, the 2 teams that faced off for the inaugural title a season ago. The first 2 clubs eliminated from postseason contention this year.
And just amazing, the parity, even from season 1 to season 2, and this entire season, it has been back and forth, and this is where we lie.
Not just that race for the 4th spot, but the race for the Shield as well should heat up as we close out the regular season. That'll do it for us here from One Spokane Stadium. For our producer, Maria Ringo, my broadcast partner, Christine Huber, this is Josh Appel saying thanks so much for joining us. 3-1 Spokane, the winners over Fort Lauderdale United FC. Thanks for joining us, and we will talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.